I wanted to talk about something for our little mindfulness moment. I wanted to start ending these streams with something that's a little bit more positive and something that everyone can work on. So I wanted to talk about failure. I think failure is the most important skill that you can master. And I think that because it's the way that you learn. It is the first step in learning. And in life, one of the reasons why I wanted to become a scientist was because I loved when things went wrong, when experiments went bad. I loved coming back at it, and I loved trying the experiment again. And I think that is such an interesting way of thinking about how you find your passion and all that kind of stuff, what you want to do in your life. It's not necessarily the thing that you're born with the best talent at. It's the thing that you love failing at the most. And it's not intuitive. It's not intuitive. Like my entire life, I was looking at those. What am I the Michael Jordan of? What am I naturally gifted at? And it didn't push me in the right direction. But Michael Jordan's the Michael Jordan that he is because he loved going and missing that free throw and then picking up that ball again and then trying it again. And I think that is how you should think about things. And if you haven't figured out what you want to do in your life, or you haven't figured out how you're going to make an impact in the world, I think that you should try failing at more things. Try failing at different things. Try failing and getting involved in different ways and failing at those. And because sometimes the biggest things is learning is the failures can actually be more important than success. So, like for example, I wanted to be a park ranger, and because I loved the environment, and I did an ecology lab where I had to test and measure the ants that are going across a line in the middle of the sun, and I was just so bored about that. I hated it. I hated the ecology field work that I was supposed to love. I was supposed to be out in nature, and I was supposed to love it, and I didn't. And at the same time, I had a lab class, and that allowed me to change the genomes and use molecular biology to figure out ways to improve the world and save the environment like I wanted to. So that failure at that ecology lab pushed me into molecular biology, and that is the thing that I fell in love with the most, because I love the idea of trying different approaches, trying new techniques. And I think that is a good lesson. So failure is not a failure. It is okay. And that is one of the biggest things with school. School doesn't allow us to fail enough. And I think that harness that ability to try new things, and don't be afraid when you fail.